Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mariannes Morning Talk. Today, I have the pleasure of talking to Matt Piddington, our Director of Services at Westcon Comstor. Matt is an exceptional communicator and leader with a proven track recording in learning, development, and qualifications industry. He is currently leading the charge of introduction, a brand new learning management system for all our partners. Welcome, Matt, to our show.
Thanks, Marianne. You know I love to be here. My second time on this chat, so I'm really excited to join you again today and talk to you about the newest, most exciting thing to happen in the distribution industry coming out of Westcon Comstor.
That is great. Tell us, what are the new and exciting developments that you are working on since last we spoke?
So our services business continues to grow from strength to strength, be it our services divisions, so education, our support business, professional services and supply chain services. But we're seeing immense growth in our renewals and solution lifecycle strategy as well. And that continues to add value to both our partners, ultimately to end customers, but equally to our vendors in terms of leading the charge and really disrupting the industry to be able to offer more value to the channel. And as you know, Marianne, we're really passionate about doing that at Westcon Comstor.
Absolutely. The learning management system will enable our partners to enhance their IT performance and overall skills. What are the significant advantages of having a vendor-focused learning management system? Can you show us perhaps the platform already? I think our partners are as curious as I was before I've seen the great platform.
Yeah, so I can show you, and yes, I can give you an indication about the platform itself. So the premise for me walking into the organization is, for those of our audience may be aware, we run paid for certification business where we deliver vendor certified skills out to the market. You may remember the interview with Dirk de Bout a few episodes ago. But what we really do and where we pride ourselves is education in the main, learning and development. And actually, for a lot of our partners, 99% of the learning that we deliver is enablement from our excellent engineering capability within our pre-sales communities. And actually, when I came into the business a couple of years ago, I saw an opportunity to effectively execute a vision. Imagine a Netflix or an Amazon Prime learning library that partners could dip into on demand 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, access content in multiple language, be it a paid for certification course that may run virtually, like one of these sessions, or even in one of our 41 training classrooms across the globe, be it a recording of an enablement event, one of our conferences, for example, be it a video that one of our vendors has uploaded to a YouTube channel or that's out in the public demand. So the benefit to our partners is about aggregation. Like many of these new streaming services that exist in the marketplace, how do we make the access point to our partners easier than what it's been historically? How do we show them all of the great enablement and certification learning that's available to them? How do we onboard them to new vendors, to emerging technology coming out of our existing vendors? And what's really important for our organization, and I've said this before on our last meeting, Marianne, people are our strongest competitive advantage still for many businesses. And the tech sector continues to see shortages in the capability in the market. We want to address that head on. We want to help our partners enable, learn and develop the best people in their organization so they can differentiate themselves. And the platform, we already have, as a sneak peek, over 800 courses in multiple different languages, be it face-to-face, be it digital recordings. And we are going to make it really easy for you to filter by vendor content, by technology portfolio, by community of user that's using the platform. And this is hot off the press. Best of all, the platform is going to be free of charge for any partner that is working and has a commercial relationship with Westcon Comstor moving forward.
That is really great. And I know the platform already, and I'm very excited about it. That is why I want already to give it a little pre-information to our partner, to show it already a little bit, because I know even a partner can go into it and have divided for his own employees trainings plan, right? So they can make before a trainings plan. So when a new employee joins, that they have to go through this trainings, etc., all of that kind of things. So, but it would be great if you can show a little bit about the platform very shortly, not a long demo that will come a little bit later, but to give the partner a little bit of the feeling of the platform. That would be great.
Absolutely. So let me go into demo mode, Marianne, and share with our community what they can expect to see. And the most exciting thing is we're not talking about a platform that you might see in 12 months' time. We're on the verge of releasing this into the market in mid to late December. So certainly expect by the 1st of January to be able to have access, to start engaging with us about this platform. And whether you've got 5 users or a few hundred, our value to you is giving you access and allowing you to access the rich content that you're going to find inside this platform moving forward. So I'm going to share my screen. The platform is security cleared. It's ISO 27001 compliant, ISO 9001 compliant, and it's also regularly pen tested. So for our partners that are deep in the cybersecurity industry, we are making sure that your users, your staff are absolutely protected with the latest cutting edge technology to be able to take advantage of this. Now, I am logged in as an administrator, so you will see a top bar here that you wouldn't see as a user. But effectively, you're introduced to a welcome page like any Netflix type of interface. So initially, we have a search bar where we can search by content. But scrolling through the platform, we then have a graphical banner. You come across the vendor portfolio. Now, each of these vendors that are loaded in the platform today, and we're currently uploading other vendors, you can scroll into and access a dedicated library for that in particular vendor. And if we wanted to see all vendors at any one time, you begin to understand the depth and reach that we have within the Cisco, cybersecurity, networking and collaboration space, and also seeing emerging cloud technology with the likes of AWS. So each of these vendors will take you through to a dedicated library, but I don't want to go there yet because we've got a lot more on this page. As we scroll down, we're greeted by a banner, and this is where you begin to see the dedicated carousels around content. So for example, each of these logos or images are for a dedicated learning object. And these learning objects can be a digital video, it might be a PDF document, it might be a face-to-face training course that's paid for or free of charge. It could be virtual or in a classroom. And as we scroll down, we get to previous recordings of events that we've delivered in the past, but also digital videos that have been uploaded by the vendor. And our ultimate utopia is working very closely with our vendors to push content from their partner platforms into this system. So what we become very quickly is that single point of access for anything learning related for the partner ecosystem. So if we go to an existing course, for example, you can see by each of the titles, we've got new releases, we've got free of charge enablement classes that we're beginning to upload, and we've got over 400 paid for certification courses that are delivered by ourselves, some of our partners, by vendors. So again, that image of an access point of a single repository of information that gives visibility and control to training bookers, to individuals looking to access learning, all within a single platform. So if we take, for example, one of our popular Palo Alto courses, we can click into browse events, we can see that events are available, the system will open up, and you can see a course description. And then what you can do is you can go across every single course date that we are running across the globe. It will tell you the language that the course is running in. It will tell you the price of the course if it's paid. And then by moving on to one of those dates, you can register directly in the platform. So no longer do you need to access via one of our academy platforms, for example. You would just click on the registration link and that would take you through to being registered on that event. And then one of our helpful training coordinators or sales individuals would be in touch to resolve the invoicing point. Again, I won't show you the workflow because we're in the live system. But if I go back onto the home page, that's the type of environment for instructor-led piece. What we can also do is take a look at some of the digital recordings. So for example, if we were looking at CrowdStrike, we can see the duration of the video. And in a very similar way, we can log into the platform, see the course overview, and then we can launch that video directly within the platform. So
very
again,
cool. So you have all vendors in one platform. So you do not need to go to the separate vendor platform. You have everything in one go on our platform.
So the vision is to absolutely aggregate over a period of time. What we're starting with is content that's available that we've created or that we deliver. We've been through YouTube and we've uploaded a lot of the vendor content that the vendors put out on a regular basis. We've made sure that we've made it relevant, learning related, to make sure that we're simplifying the access point. What we're now working on with a number of the vendors is that integration to provide them with more access into the LMS using API technology, so we can push content into the platform and make it available. So as a user of the platform, if I just go back and show you, I may be looking for networking fundamentals, for example. So not only can I search by keyword, by course title or vendor, I can search by keywords that have been loaded in. So if I wanted to look at courses around networking fundamentals, our friends at Extreme have spent a lot of time building some great content around the basics of networking. And we've got over 50 videos that we've loaded into the platform. So if you're a brand new internal salesperson or junior engineer working for a partner, I've got the ability to come in and look at that content from the platform itself. If I go back to the main screen and just show you the workflow around the vendors, we can click on, let's take Cisco in this environment for all of our Comstor partners. We can log on to a particular vendor. And again, we have got over 180 different courses in the platform around Cisco. Now, the majority at the moment that have been loaded in are face-to-face, either enablement sessions, paid for certification. But what this gives a customer the ability to do, or a partner the ability to do, is have it all in a single location. Now, as a user, not only do I have access to all this great content, but I have the ability to form my own learning plan or have learning pushed to me, where we can set deadlines, for example. We can create digital certifications. We can award certificates and digital badges through the platform. And when we go through back to the library pages, you can actually not only search by vendor content, but you can also down at the bottom search by language, by delivery type, by the publisher of that content, the duration of the content, and even use the new taxonomy that we've built around the technology portfolios. So for example, if you were looking for a firewall course, for example, Marianne, you wouldn't have to search by a particular vendor. You could select firewall training and it would show you all of the tagged content in the platform for firewalls moving forward. So it's
really
very
cool.
much a very quick whistle-stop tour of what's coming down the road. There is gamification built into the platform, which we plan to make available in the coming months. There is the ability to rate and score content in the platform. There's social learning built in. Because what we're seeing in the market is the world is changing. COVID has disrupted many industries, nothing more so than the learning and development industry. And also we have, you know, people that learn very differently, even compared to 2 years ago. What we're doing is we're taking advantage of our knowledge in this space and making sure our commitment is to keep our partners up to date with the latest skills and capability for their workforces, and that will extend out to their end users as well.
Absolutely, really, really great. And I'm absolutely excited about that new learning platform. Thank you for giving us already the first view on the platform. So with learning and education becoming increasingly dynamic, learning is the metaverse, for example. What are your predictions for the future of learning and education?
So what are my predictions? I think disruption is a prediction for every single industry that operates. I think my predictions are we're going to continue to see real challenges in the tech space for a number of reasons. If you think the rate of technological change that we've seen just through the pandemic, we had the CEO of Microsoft coming out and saying they delivered 2 years worth of digital transformation on platforms such as Teams within 2 months. We've seen it with the likes of Avaya with their Spaces platform. We've seen it with Cisco with WebEx. We've seen so much rapid change in our vendors. What we need to do is make sure that we can equip our people with the skills and capability to keep up. And that means more bite-sized learning, learning available in multiple languages, making sure we understand the cultural differences in how we deliver learning, making sure we can make learning and development constant. A recent report by Deloitte says the average individual pre-COVID had approximately 24 minutes a week to learn. But if you think what's happened through COVID, that's probably less than 10 minutes. So what we need to make sure is we've got much shorter and higher availability of governed content so people can do it in the flow of work. It is very unlikely for a highly skilled engineer to be able to be out of the business for 4 weeks in a year to maintain their constant level of knowledge. So we need to respond to that. So I think what you're going to see in the industry, and we are already seeing it, is rapid developments in this space, not only in the commercial world, but in our schools. You think about how schools have been disrupted, having to teach for the first time home. You know, my 5-year-old son, my 8-year-old daughter, suddenly there are environments where they weren't even in a classroom anymore. So I think that is going to lead to new competitors in the marketplace. It's going to come up with new learning approaches. But I think the most important thing is retention of knowledge is going to completely be removed, in my opinion. I think people are going to move to a model where they need multiple skills. We've seen for a number of years this concept of jobs for life being eroded. And actually what you need to be able to do is access information in order to execute from your day role. And those day roles are changing. So the learning approach that we take needs to mold to it as well. And that would be my prediction for the future. How are we making learning more available at the point of need and making sure it has the impact it needs as well?
Matt, thank you so much for your time today. I wish you all the best with all your new and exciting developments. Thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll see you soon for another episode of Mariannes Morning Talk.
And thanks for having me.
Thank you.